ആയതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ എൻ്റെ അവതരണം ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലായിരിക്കും. പഞ്ചായത്തുകൾക്ക് അത് പ്രശ്നമില്ല, അവർ ചെയ്ത പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളാണ്. So the question is, how did Grama Panchayat prepare LAB CC? So in the forenoon sessions, almost all presentations, some of the issues flagged was scarcity of data at the local level, especially for the local governments to prepare local action plan. That was the core issue highlighted. And how disaggregated data, sub-district level, local level data is available. So that showed the importance of local level data in preparing action plan at the local level. That was one issue. Other issue flagged was capacity building, capability at the local level to prepare a plan that has required what is called a kind of professionalism, technicality, academic dimension and all that. So this was one of the challenges that we faced while designing our training program. So I would say it is not mere training program. It was actually a capacity building program. It was a long journey starting from 2017. Different levels of training, follow-up, providing information, hand-holding, myriad of activities involved in that. So far we have trained 210 Grama Panchayat in 16 batches, which was attended by 1,300 and plus participants representing elected representatives, officials and voluntary experts identified by the Panchayat. Our idea was, the approach of the capacity building itself was building local capacity, so that the Panchayat themselves with the sense of ownership would be able to proceed with the preparation process, and our role, KILA's role, is more of facilitative role. So there are different phases through which we went through. First phase was 2 days residential training on concept and methodology of LAB CC. That is for the resource team of the Grama Panchayat. So we requested them in the team composition there should be representatives of the Panchayat, especially president, standing committee chairpersons and all that, concerned official like agriculture officer, veterinary doctor, like that, fisheries inspector, and also few volunteers identified with the Panchayat who can support them on a continuous basis until and unless the LAB CC is prepared. So average 6 to 8 personnel from each Panchayat attended our training program. That was the first phase. That is followed by second phase, because when the training completes, that ends with a session what is called preparation action plan for LAB CC. How the Panchayat will do at the local level. For that they will prepare an action plan and they will proceed with that action plan, for which we provide hand holding by providing necessary data, technical support for conducting focus group discussion, key informant interview and all that, and also providing comments on the draft LAB CC prepared by them. And phase 3 is state level workshop, in which the Panchayat team make a presentation of the LAB CC. So basically 2 levels of state workshop we conducted. One was for the presentation of first draft LAB CC, where experts were invited from Kerala, experts from different departments. So they have given their expert opinion, based on which the LAB CC modified. Again second level state level workshop, again the modified draft is presented, and now the final draft is, this is the fourth phase, that is national workshop, that is going on now, where the final draft they will present after this session, so that they will get comments from national experts. That is the idea. After that there will be one more phase, that is integrating this plan into the ongoing GPDP process, Grama Panchayat Development Plan. That is the idea. The first phase coverage, climate change concepts, global scenario, need for LAB CC, structure of LAB CC and methodology for LAB CC, and especially we introduced set of templates so that using that template, they can collect local level data. Local level data means based on the traditional knowledge, they would be able to collect information at the local level through conducting focus group discussion, key informant interview and all that. Then action plan for lab CC preparation. What are the active course of action the Panchayat will do at the Panchayat level after the first phase training? And as far as data is concerned, I already mentioned data is the one of the issue that was highlighted in all our sessions in the forenoon. And our idea was to build up local level data because local knowledge, traditional knowledge is very important. And one of the limitation of local or traditional knowledge is that is not documented at all. So translating the knowledge locally available unrecorded knowledge into a record document, that was the basic idea. For that, what they did is they conducted FGD and key informant interview. Maybe there are aged persons who have lot of information locally with regard to last 30 years what happened with respect to climate change and all that. That was the idea. So one is that quantitative data for which we relied upon IMD. They have provided climate change related data, long time data, and with the support of CUSET team, Cochin University Science and Technology team, such data for analysis and transforming into diagrams, geographic maps, fitting into geographic map and all that, CUSET has supported. In addition to that, qualitative data on climate change through FGD and KI, key informant Panchayat themselves, Panchayat team trained by us, they themselves collected. For that we introduce some template form 2.1.2.2 that I will introduce later. Then data on impacts of climate change, how it affects various sectors like agriculture, animal husbandry, health, education, etc. Then data on disaster and impacts, then action plan on climate change. Here it is not the detailed action plan, ideas, project ideas. And form 2.1, climate change, especially for components, temperature, humidity, wind speed and rainfall availability. And what is the knowledge of the Panchayat, local knowledge of the Panchayat with respect to these climate change components. That was the idea. So based on this template, through FGD, through key informant, they collected data, only qualitative aspects. What is the change on temperature, humidity, wind speed, rainfall, especially southwest monsoon, northwest monsoon, and summer rainfall. Whether it has increased, decreased, or no change. That sort of information only we collect. Then what impacts it has made and what are the incidents with respect to climate change, like drought, forest fire, flood, cyclone, heavy rainfall. So from the memory they will recollect all these kind of things, and whether it has increased over the period, decreased over the period, or no change. Then impacts on environment, impacts on livelihood, impacts on biodiversity. That is also assessed separately. So with respect to environment, impact on water bodies, rivers, ponds, mangroves, paddy farms, like that. Again, what are the problems due to such changes and impacts, and what is the intensity of such impacts, that is being assessed. Impacts on livelihood. When we say impacts on livelihood, of course we need to talk about agriculture, livestock, fisheries, irrigation, drinking water, health, and similar sectors like that. What impact it has made on such a sector, what are the changes in the past 30 years, what is the present condition, who are all affected by that, how are they affected, and what is the intensity of such impact. Then on biodiversity, trees, shrubs, non-timber forests, like that, whether change have occurred in the organism, what are the changes, whether it has increased, decreased, or what sort of change over the period. This on biodiversity. continuation of that. And climate change and disaster linked aspects like land related aspects, water and climate related aspects, living beings related aspects, that is also assessed. What has happened as far as the panchayat is concerned. And based on all these analysis, based on the analysis of the status like climate change, so they make an analysis of qualitative change with regard to climate, impacts, incidents, impact on environment, livelihood, biodiversity, and disaster, based on which the action points should be developed, like a carbon neutral panchayat, green protocol, weather smart, water smart, climate smart agriculture, and all that. And these are consolidated. And now there are of the 210 gram panchayats trained by us and continuously followed up by us, 10 panchayats reached the final stage of preparing and publishing local action plan on climate change. Really, I congratulate them all on this. Thank you very much. The former chairman of Kerala State Biodiversity Board, and he is also our resource person for this program. I request him to chair this session, and we start with the Perimbalam Grama Panchayat. So the presidents of the Grama Panchayat will make presentation in Malayalam, whereas the PowerPoint will be in English.